So I went fishing today, and I just thought about something a little differently. Maybe I'm just getting older every week, and I'm just thinking about things differently. But I went fishing, and my guide, I have the world's best fly fishing guide. I'm convinced of it. You could try to tell me about guides you've gone with in Montana or Wyoming or wherever it is you've been and why they're better. And I would tell you that no, John Connett's Hares Fly Fishing, Greenville, South Carolina, potential sponsor, is the world's best fly fishing guide. And I have no doubt that God gave me this fly fishing guide. I was supposed to meet this guy. So anyway, go fishing with this guy. He's hilarious. Typical upstate Southerner that'll resonate with some. Other people have no idea what that means. Maybe we'll explain that in future episodes. But he always kind of tries to scare me a little bit. When we're getting ready to go, I am very bad at fishing. I'm very new at fishing. I've maybe been maybe 10 times this year, 8 to 10 times ever since like November. So I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to go twice a month. Sometimes I go with him. Sometimes I go on my own. And so there's a lot to learn. There's like when you walk into the gym for the first time, if you've never done it before, the power rack looks very foreign. The barbell seems crazy, all that stuff. But he always gives me a little bit of a warning. He wants to like pack a sandwich and bring you a water. And I'm like, dude, I don't eat bread. And then he's like, are you really just not going to eat? I'm like, yeah, I'll be fine. Like I'll just eat later today, which we still need to talk about people's reliance on food in a later episode. But anyway, the point where I'm going with all this is, I got there this morning and he's like, hey, I hope you brought your big boy britches because, but we're going into the real deal today, Grant. This is going to be the real deal. And I just always kind of blow off when people tell me this in life, not because I'm some physical specimen, not because I think that I'm in better shape than everyone. I just think I'm very average, decently strong and physically fit. But it's not like, oh, I'm a Marine, I can do anything. I just think I have a basis of strength. Anyway, so I'm like, okay, whatever. Then we go down this like directly down this ravine mountain into the river. We're in the river. The water's running high. It's moving at 220 cubic inches a second. It's pushing hard. You're holding your rod. You have your net. You got your whole gear on. And the bottom of the riverbed is very slick and slippery. And as I'm walking, I'm just thinking like, I am so glad that I am strong right now. I'm just very glad that I'm strong. One, because I think my balance has improved. I'm able to like hold on to these things and not fall over. And two, if I fall over, I'm not worried that I'm going to break anything except my cell phone probably. But I'm not worried that I'm going to dislocate my knee. And, we're crossing the stream over here, hiking up this side. We're fishing down here. There goes a mink, there goes a copperhead, boom, we're catching fish. We're crossing back over. We're hiking up another thing. And it was pretty physically taxing. And at some point we got really deep down into the river, phone hasn't worked for hours. And I'm just putting flies in every tree possible. And, John's helping me retie a fly that I've just broken that he spent a lot of time on trying to fix. And he just looks and goes, man, isn't this place awesome? And I looked around and I thought, this place is awesome. And then I just started to go down a rabbit hole in my mind. Some while I was fishing, I was really trying to pay attention to fishing while I was fishing, but mainly on the drive back there's so many things that people miss out in life because of their lack of physical strength or physical health. And that's really too bad. And you should be able to, it's America. You're right. You want to see it, sit on the couch and eat Cheetos. That's what you can do. But I was asking the guide, how often he goes down to this particular stretch. I can't tell you where we went or I'd have to kill you. But he said, well, I can't go here all the time because I can't bring people here and worry that they'll hurt themselves. And again, I'm not saying this to say that, Grant from the Strength Co is some superhero. What I'm saying is it was, man, being strong, I often tell people when we do an intro to barbells, hey, you're born, you're getting stronger as you grow up, you're getting stronger, stronger, stronger. And then at some point in life, depending on what you do, right? If you're John Conitz and you're fly fishing, every day walking up and down mountains and creeks, you're pretty active. You're doing a lot of things that are maintaining your physical strength and doing stuff just by the nature of your work. But if you're a computer software guy, your strength starts to go down pretty fast. And so I often tell people, I warn them of what it's like when they're old. And I say, hey, when you're old, you don't want to be in a wheelchair. You don't want to have a walker. You don't want to fall and break a bone. And all of that is true. And I believe all of that. But I think what's also true is the things that it opens up for you to be able to do when you're not old or when you're old-ish or whatever you put the number old at. But you're able to go on the, more extreme hike, the more extreme fly fishing trip. I'd never forget the month before my wife and I got engaged. I said, starting strength seminar was canceled for some reason and my weekend opened up. I said, let's go to the Grand Canyon. We hiked 14 miles down and into the Grand Canyon. Now, my wife will tell you it was a traumatic experience, but we were able to do it with no training. There was no, hey, we got to get ready for this. It was just, hey, I keep a basis of physical strength. I keep a basis of, cardiovascular ability so that I am able to do what I want in life. And that is real freedom. Like being strong and being fit is real freedom. Being able to go off the grid, carry your own food, carry your own, water, weapons, ammunition, whatever you need. That's freedom. So if you're on the fence of why should you go to the gym this week, remember that it allows you to be free. And it's the reward that you benefit for showing up Monday after Monday and squatting 5x5. It's the reward that you benefit from going in and trying to press the same weight that you've pressed a dozen times for sets of 5, and sometimes you fail on set 2 or whatever. It's, hey, I got to show up and I have to do this hard thing so that when I fall in the riverbed, I don't break my tailbone and then I'm out of commission. So strength is freedom. That's my hot take rant of the week.
That was beautiful.
Thanks.